this is a serious position you've been nominated for. Do you believe that someone who is against white supremacy also has to be against voter ID laws?
Senator, no. The Supreme Court has held that photo ID...
What do you believe?
I believe that the Supreme Court has held...
What do you believe personally?
I believe that photo ID laws have been held to be constitutional.
Do you think voter ID laws are appropriate or inappropriate?
I believe those are questions that election officials...
Do you believe that voter ID laws are appropriate or inappropriate?
I believe that photo ID laws have been held to be constitutional. I believe there are cases in which
What
they
do
are...
you believe?
I believe there are cases in which they are
What
appropriate.
do you believe?
I also believe there are cases
What do you
in
believe?
which they can...
What do you believe? Do you
Senator,
believe?
let her answer, please.
I'm trying to. We both know what's going on, Mr. Chairman.
Let her complete the
Well,
sentence.
let me do my own questioning, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate your help, Professor.
We are covering the intense exchange between Senator Kennedy and federal nominee Ms. Morell. Senator Kennedy intensely challenged Ms. Morell, a nominee for a federal position, regarding her past public statements. The focus was on her alleged claims that opposing white supremacy necessitates rejecting voter ID laws, and her assertion that police kill unarmed black men every day in America. Morell consistently defended these remarks by stating she was acting purely in her capacity as an advocate, which the senator found deeply unsatisfying and frustrating. Watch the whole session.
Did you say that?
Thank you for the questions, Senator.
You're welcome.
I believe that was an interview I gave in the days after Charlottesville,
Right.
and I believe those statements were it was in my role as an advocate regarding my work representing voters in Alabama challenging.
So you didn't mean them as a person?
I made them in my role as an advocate.
Do you mean them as a person? I'm not asking you in your role as an advocate. Do you believe that if you're against white supremacy, you have to be against voter ID laws?
Senator, in my role as an advocate, I have...
Ma'am, I'm not asking you about this. It wasn't the case. I'm asking you what you believe. And I don't appreciate you dodging my question. Now, this is a serious position you've been nominated for. Do you believe that someone who is against white supremacy also has to be against voter ID laws?
Senator, no. The Supreme Court has held that photo ID...
What do you believe?
I believe that the Supreme Court has held...
What do you believe personally?
I believe that photo ID laws have been held to be constitutional.
Do you think voter ID laws are appropriate or inappropriate?
I believe those are questions that election officials...
Do you believe that voter ID laws are appropriate or inappropriate?
I believe that photo ID laws have been held to be constitutional. I believe there are cases in which
What
they are...
What do you believe?
I believe there are cases in which they are
What
appropriate.
do you believe?
I also believe there are cases
What do you
in
believe?
which they can...
What do you believe? Do you
Senator,
believe?
let her answer, please.
I'm trying to. We both know what's going on, Mr. Chairman.
Let her complete the sentence.
Well, let me do my own questioning, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate your help, Professor. Do you believe that voter IDs laws are appropriate or not?
I believe there are circumstances where photo ID laws can be constitutionally implemented, and I believe that the Supreme Court has also held that there are circumstances when they would not be constitutionally permitted.
Okay. All right, Ms. Chaudhry. Am I saying your name right?
It is Chaudhry.
Chaudhry. Thank you for correcting me.
Thank you.
In 2015, you were on a panel at Princeton University. You said that the killing of unarmed black men by police happens every day in America. Did you say that?
Senator, I don't recall a statement, but it is something I may have said in that context.
You think it happens every single day?
Senator, I believe in that statement, I was making a comment in my role as an advocate, and I was engaging in rhetorical advocacy, which
But do you believe that police officers kill unarmed black men every day in America?
Senator, I believe the killing of unarmed citizens by law enforcement is tragic, and I believe in that instance
I think it's tragic too, but do you believe This is a really simple question, Counselor. Do you believe that cops kill unarmed black men in America every single day? You said it at Princeton.
Senator, I said it in my role as an advocate.
Oh, okay. You didn't mean it.
Senator, I said it in my role as an advocate to make a rhetorical point.
So when you say something that's incorrect, it's okay to excuse it by saying, oh, I was being an advocate? What do you believe? Do you personally believe that cops kill unarmed black men every single day in America?
Senator, I believe law enforcement have an important and challenging job in this country.
That's not what you said, though, Counselor.
Senator, I say before you here today that I do believe law enforcement have a difficult and challenging job, and I also understand the difference
I just think that's an extraordinary statement to make with no data to back up. None whatsoever. There's no basis for you saying that. And you knew it then and you know it now. How can one possibly believe that you're going to be unbiased on the federal bench?
Senator, I believe my record shows that I have worked collaboratively with law enforcement in Boston, Chicago, Mississippi, and Milwaukee to solve complex problems to promote constitutional, effective, and safe
Your record
policing.
shows that you believe cops are guilty until proven innocent. Your record shows that if a cop shoots a criminal, it's the cop's fault. And if a criminal shoots a cop, it's the gun's fault. I've read your record. Ms. Morell, and I don't appreciate you not answering the question straight up. I would respect you a lot more if you'd just tell us what you believe and not try to hide it.
All right, welcome back. The core conflict of this entire hearing revolves around a crucial tension in judicial nominations. Where is the definitive line between a nominee's professional advocacy and the necessary impartiality required for a federal judge? Senator Kennedy expressed major, unequivocal doubts about Morell's fundamental ability to remain unbiased on the bench, arguing that a pattern of making strong, potentially incorrect statements, even when offered under the guise of rhetorical advocacy, raises serious and unresolvable questions about her judgment and fairness. Kennedy was not accepting the advocate excuse, directly stating that being an advocate does not provide a person a free pass to make claims that lack a substantial factual basis. The claims in question, particularly the assertion that police kill unarmed black men every single day in America, were characterized by the senator as extraordinary, baseless accusations. He emphasized that there was no data or support whatsoever for such a sweeping statement, and that this lack of factual backing was known to the nominee both then and now. This willingness to make such broad, unsupported claims led Kennedy to infer a deep-seated bias in her thinking. He suggested, with a stinging critique, that her professional record indicates a belief structure where law enforcement officers are essentially considered guilty until proven innocent. The senator's assessment of her record went further, suggesting that she seems to operate under the principle that if a police officer is involved in a shooting incident, it is the officer's fault, whereas if a criminal shoots a police officer, the blame is solely placed on the object, the gun, rather than the perpetrator. This is a severe and damaging indictment of a judicial nominee's essential temperament and perceived objectivity. The senator's ultimate point was that a federal judge is legally and ethically required to be a neutral, dispassionate arbiter of the law. He maintained that making such strong, one-sided, and publicly stated criticisms against law enforcement fundamentally compromises the required neutrality and public trust in her ability to serve. This intense scrutiny of her prior professional roles has transformed the nomination into a high-stakes moment for the justice system as a whole. The central question for the Senate and the larger American public becomes whether past statements, even if made with the sincere intent of professional advocacy, must be held against a nominee, or if it is possible for a professional to fully and convincingly separate their past ideological work from their future nonpartisan judicial duties. Kennedy's concluding critique was a powerful, direct call for simple honesty and transparency, stating that he would respect the nominee far more if she had simply owned and stated her true beliefs instead of attempting to shield them behind the technicality of her former advocate role. This final call for forthrightness underscores the critical need for absolute clarity and candor from all individuals seeking positions of great power and influence within our government and justice system.